Say hey, everyone. Welcome into a tired edition of Say Hey Plays. Oh, that's nice little phony.
Yeah,
thing.
no, I know. It is. Now I see why everybody always compliments it. My fucking case is badass. I know y'all are jealous. Don't worry.
All right.
Don't worry. What up?
Welcome into Say Hey Plays. I'm a tired, hungover Jose Bouquett. Over there.
God, I wish you were with me right now because I swear I'd slap you. Not hard, like not rude, like just a little bit though. Just like
that's okay.
Boom, stop being a bitch, man. Let's go. Okay. We got money to make.
That's all right. That's all right. Maybe I deserve a slap, but here we are. You know the worst part about this, Dabby Cab?
What?
I'm sober. I've not had no THC in my life this morning so far. So we're going to do this. I was like,
how are you hungover and sober? Wait, you don't even get drunk, bro. What? You had 3 beers last night?
It was more mixed drinks, but yes, that is the equation.
3?
No, I don't know if it was 3. I'm obviously not counting throughout the night, but you're drinking, you're having fun. You see that your plays are losing. You're like, all right, might as well take another one.
See, not applicable. That's what I'm saying. He needs it. You were saying that backstage, bro. You will start winning again. This is baseball. Every fucking capper in the chat that's legit and honest and transparent knows that losing happens. And here's the thing. It's nice when it happens just a little bit, but there is going to be a time. I've had it. It was like a month ago and it fucking sucked, where you're just going to lose. And it's not for a day. It's not for 2 days. It might not even be for a week. It might be for 2 weeks. And you got to figure out a way to stop being a bitch and just get over it, bro. You're a good capper and you will start winning again. I promise.
Well, you're right about this. I love everyone in the chat joining us today. Michael Orvalina, Mr. MDR, all you guys speculating about my status. Go ahead and cash the hungover tickets at -260 or -350. But we're going to have a good show today. It might be a little lower energy on my end. That's why I have Dabby Cab here, because he brings the energy.
Well, you think I didn't get thrashed last night? I hurt too right now, bro.
Well, you're an old man. You got the experience. I'm not. I'm a young buck. All I do is sit inside and watch baseball.
Bro, when I was your age, there is no way I'd be sitting on the camera like this, no matter how much I drank.
Exactly. See, you're
come on,
a wise old man. You know what you're doing here, Dabby Cab. But Dabby, my computer is low on battery, and we cannot waste time. We simply cannot waste time, because I do not want this show to end with you on the screen and me with the dead computer, which would be very funny, admittedly. Very funny.
I mean, I'll finish capping the games if we need, bro. It's okay. You can take a break. You came, bro. You can take the day off if you need a day sometime.
No, Dabby. Say hey plays 125.
You didn't even get the fucking day right. You just said 125 and it's
105. 127. Come on. Get in there. Washington Nationals versus the San Diego Padres. The Nationals, of course, they win yesterday in a very funny game. They come back. Ultimately, this is a very easy pass, though. It's becoming a part of the season where all these -300 seem to just be rolling every time. The Nationals, I don't think they were -300 favorites yesterday. The Padres were, but I couldn't tell you the last time one of these plus money dogs won. So
Nationals won yesterday.
Well, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Besides that, the Nationals yesterday, it's been like forever since I feel like I've seen one. They're 13th against lefties this month. Or that's against righties. Excuse me. There we go. Let's flip our thing there. Against lefties, the Nationals are actually, Jesus Christ, this is what sucks about being hungover. You can't even fucking see. Nationals are 5th. 134 weighted runs created plus in the month of August. Only 75 plate appearances, so not horrible. But, maybe take a shot again. I don't hate it at all, but I'm passing here. This game sucks.
Look, Blake Snell is not the same Blake Snell. Blake Snell's not the same. And I know some people aren't high on this Padres team because when they bet him,
it is very funny how everyone is now turned against the Padres. It's mostly
not me, bro. I'm
Dodgers
still making
fans.
Money on them.
Shit. Oh yeah, because of you, Darvish, of course. Come on.
Yeah, he cashed yesterday for me on the first 5. What are you talking about, bro? Yeah, we're all good. And I cashed the day before that on the Padres too. This team is still good. They're not the Dodgers. I keep saying that. Everybody, they're not going to – and nobody's the Dodgers during the regular season. the Dodgers got to show up in the playoffs, okay? The Dodgers smash everybody in the regular season. But Blake Snell, he's not the same Blake Snell that people were getting used to at the beginning of this year. He's coming back into form right now. His last few starts have been, great. His last 7, he's 4-1 with the 2.41 ERA. He's gone 5, 6, and 6 innings his last 3 times out, and he's only given up 1 run each start. So his last 3 starts, he's only given up 1 run. We both saw that interview with him. That shit was hilarious. I am now
comfortable.
It took one interview for me to become a Blake Snell fan. And for anybody who's wondering, so the broadcasters were interviewing Blake Snell during the game, right? And whoever they were playing threw a pitch that was high and tight, like real high and tight. And he goes, "Hey, now we got that too. We got that too." Like, I don't know. That shit just got me like that. I'm a Blake Snell fan now.
Yeah, because that sounds like that would be you in the dugout as well. Yeah, no, they do a great job. Don Orsillo also does a great job interviewing them, of course. So shout out to the Padres. But this is going to be a pass game for us here. I wouldn't hate a little piece of the Nationals today just because of how good they're hitting against lefties, but ultimately a stay off game. Cleveland, Toronto Blue Jays, a great pitching matchup. Gausman, Bieber here. Honestly, it seems like the last couple of weeks, it seems like unders have been reigning the day. So shout out to Noli Knows. I can see him cashing them out here. And a 7 here makes a whole lot of sense. Low total thinking. I say a 7 makes a whole lot of sense, but we did see a fucking 6 yesterday, full game. And of course, the under cashes, no sweat really in that game.
Have you not been playing unders like you were start of the season?
Buddy, no, I've been realizing
why you're messing up there, bro. I
exactly.
tried to just tell you, like, there's waves to the baseball season, and this wave right now is back to the wave when you were cashing those unders. Trust.
Yeah, it seems like maybe conspiracy bucket here, but I feel like they didn't. They were using the juice balls for a little bit, whatever, and then you switch them back when the postseason comes in. It'll be very interesting. It'll be very interesting. Gonna be. I don't trust these bastards with these baseballs. I don't trust them at all. Kevin Gausman and Shane Bieber both coming off no earned run appearances. Their last starts here. One was against the Detroit Tigers, which obviously we take that with a grain of salt. And then one's versus the Minnesota Twins. 6 innings, 6 hits, no earned runs for Gausman. And then dominated the Tampa Bay Rays start before. 8 innings, 1 hit, 10 Ks, 1 walk. So first 5 under here, perhaps. Let me double check and see the price. I would assume it's a 3.5. But ultimately, I think this is going to be another pass too.
The problem with today's games, man, is a lot of them that this card is very hard to read. This is a great game. This is a very good game. I'm super interested in the game. I just don't know how to bet it, man. I'm not going against Bieber at minus 150. That's too much on the Blue Jays right here in this position. I think they overpriced the Blue Jays, but at the same time, I kind of think the Blue Jays are going to win today. But so this game, I just can't do anything with it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think your best bet is betting an under here, and I'm gonna look at.
Which I also don't want to bet with these two teams. I know that they've been struggling, and that probably is the right play, but that's why I'm off this game. Beautiful. I think the under, if you gave me because I wouldn't lay a run line, maybe a first 5. I don't know. This game's tough right here, man. Bieber's he's been great this year. He's been getting touched up a little bit his last few starts. Arizona got to him for a couple runs. I mean, he's been, like I said, he's been great all year. But what did he say? Couldn't agree more with.
Your first 5, or you're capping. I was looking at Roko's. Good game, but hard to cap.
Yeah, that's where it's at for me on this one. So I think the under is a good look, and I don't know.
Yeah, I wrote down that first 5 under, and we'll see. I probably won't make it official here. It's like you said, it's a tough game, and I think that's what makes the playoffs more interesting. It's going to be a tough game, obviously, but fun to cap. Shout out to AOD for joining us as well. Viper MD, Saturated, like I mentioned. Don Play, little Craig Wood action in our lives. Shout out to Craig. Craig actually sent me his notes because he was like, I know you're hungover as fuck, and you probably don't have any time to prepare. Here are my notes. I said, you know what, Craig? Thank you. Thank you.
Well, speaking of Viper down there, he said he thinks Shane is going to get hit a bit on the road. I kind of do too. It's just not a bet that I'm comfortable. Like I agree with you, Viper. I don't know why. It's just I don't feel like I could. It's not a bet that I feel like putting my money on. It's a bet that I'd make for fun, but not with my actual money. But I agree with you. That's all.
It's funny. I'm not gonna bet it with my own money. I'll bet it with your money.
Well,
that's funny. let's talk Braves Marlins next. Braxton Garrett, who he's been good. He's just been good. You can say that at the end of the day. He's just been good and I have not bet on him. 4 2/3, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned against the Phillies last time out at the Phillies. A tough spot for him, but I think he pitched well. And then Cincinnati, of course, 5 2/3, 3 hits, 2 earned run. When I first started capping this game, there was no Atlanta pitcher. Now we've got Bryce Elder. I've got no feel for either of these guys, obviously, and I ultimately have said another quick and easy pass for me. Braxton Garrett's been really good, but ultimately, Braves against lefties, I'm going to trust the Braves. Let's look up there what their way to
What's
run.
their team total, man? What do you mean by really good? Like, yeah, his ERA is relatively low, but he still gave up 3 runs his last start, 2 runs the start before that against Cincinnati.
I would take those starts, from a. I think he's a rookie. I'm not sure exactly how much major league.
Hold on, I didn't finish, and then 5 starts the start before that, so that's
not a good one.
That's 10 runs in his last 3 games, and he hasn't made it through more than 5 innings in any of them.
Yeah, that's Marlins baseball. That's what you get with Marlins baseball.
Well, the total is 7.5. What is our team total on the Braves right here?
Let's see. Shout out to Dami Gunricci, by the way, who cashed on a Braves team total yesterday. Apparently, my guidance helped him get there, so that made me feel a lot better. So shout out to him. I am blind as a bat trying to find these fucking team totals.
No, don't worry about it, man. I'm just
minus
saying,
120 and even.
And I'm not forcing bets here, but I would definitely look at
It's 4 minus 115, 4.5 plus 115. Interesting.
For
the Braves team total.
4 minus 150. Yeah, because that's I don't know. I don't know why I was back. I was hoping maybe they'd have a 3.5. Yeah, 4 makes sense. I'd take the 4 probably. Actually, that's a bet that I wouldn't hate here.
Yeah, and you can get a push too, which is nice, obviously.
Yeah, those suck, but they're better than losing. You're right.
All right, I've been begging for pushes the last 2 days. I'll never forget.
That's your problem right there. What you don't got? So
you don't got to do another.
You got action
analysis
today, or what? Are you looking for action still?
We're still looking for action. I'm about to hopefully lock in a play here.
No Acuna. That's good. Good job in there, Jeezy Fonzarelli. I got the Jeezy Fonzarelli. I got you. That
is a great name. I'm just gonna do this real quick because I just had to put a pillow over Helga's head because she woke up, gave me a really dirty look. Yeah, caveat. That's how we play here. She gave me a dirty look, and then, and then I just promptly started to continue to show. So shout out to Helga, who is in the background dealing with all the noise as she tries to sleep.
Yo, tell her to roll up a joint.
She doesn't have those coordinated fingers. She does not have those coordinated fingers. I've never tried teaching her because I also do not have those coordinated fingers.
What in the fuck kind of relationship is that? Neither of you.
Glassware. So that's what kind of relationship it is. Just glassware. Multiple broken glass things. But now, Dabby, that's another great video idea for the Texas tour. And I am hopefully going to meet you guys in Vegas, you and Dutch. So that could be a part of it as well. Jose's weed expedition.
You're going to Vegas with us
ideally. I mean, not soon because you know what I'm about. You know what I've got going on soon, but soon, as in like December.
Okay.
Maybe. But we'll see. Lyles
Rasmussen. God damn it, Jose. Yeah, see, you're killing everyone today. Come on.
Sorry, guys. I'm not. None of these are jokes here. Helga is like right behind
me. He honestly puts pillows over her face. That's how they play.
I'm looking at it right now. She just rolled over a little bit to take it off of her face a little more, but you guys know. Gotta put it back on there. Baltimore, Tampa Bay. She's gonna turn around and just smack me in the face during the show.
Good.
Jordan Lyles, Drew Rasmussen, and this was a pretty easy cap for me here. And I did not look at the team totals here, but it's gonna be Ray's team total for me. Jordan Lyles has faced the the fucking Tampa Bay Rays 4 times, and it always just matches his home road split dichotomy. Home ERA at 2.73, road of 5.70. God, I've got the fucking hiccups. They brutalize me during shows. But ultimately, I don't want to make this too long of a cap. Jordan Lyles, a pitcher that I've trusted throughout the year so far, 5 2/3, 8 hits, 2 earned runs versus the Blue Jays last time out, 1 earned run at the Texas Rangers. But like I said, the starts when he faces the Rays on the road, he gets crushed. So I'm going to take the Rays team total here. I think, well, I should say I'm going to take the Rays in a fashion. I'm looking at team total so far. I also trust Drew Rasmussen. Obviously, I trust him a lot more at home. So maybe a first 5 minus a half. Let me double check the price to see if it's bettable. First 5 minus a half is at minus 125, which I really don't like at all. And then, like I said, that team total is at 4 minus 120, 4.5 plus 110. What do you think about this game, Cab?
Craig Wood in there in the chat said 30% of the bets and 93% of the money are on the under. You said it with Lyles. He's been getting better lately. He's still not good, but he's been doing better. 3 starts ago against Tampa Bay. Now you did say on the road, so because it wasn't on the road, this was at home. But 3 starts ago at home against Tampa Bay, he went 5 2/3 innings and gave 3 hits and no runs. So he did have a good start against them, but yeah, I don't not like your look here. It's not something I think I'd bet, but I don't hate it at all. I think this could easily beat.
That's surprising. You're the team total man, and you're saying you might not like that look. I'm a little scared now.
No, I'm not saying. Look, Tampa Bay for me, this is just personal, right? Just like some people are like, oh, I can't bet the Padres. For me, Tampa Bay screws me when I bet on them. It's just something they've done all year. I still try to cap the game and keep an open mind about it. It's just at the plate, Tampa Bay has literally, bent me over. So that's kind of irritated me with Tampa Bay. I think this would be a spot against Lyles though, where I'd maybe look at like a first 5 with Tampa Bay here instead.
Because I feel like recently during the stretch, it's been like I will cap the game correctly and just make the wrong bet. Shout out to Preston, Preston, I come from one of the Preston school of gambling, and one of Preston Ekdahl's main tenets in that school is self-sabotage. He will Alexis is up and she's rooting now. She's awake. Shout out to Helga. But he'll cap the game correctly and just make a terrible bet and lose the bet. Like, for example, first Red Sox Yankees game, I said Red Sox win. I bet Red Sox first 5. They lose the first 5. They win the full game. So that's just a classic thing. And I've been doing that recently with team totals too. It'll be like a low scoring game, whatever, and the team that I say is going to win wins, but it'll be like 2-1, and I'll have the team total over 3, and I'm just like, great, sick. But I think you're right. I'm going to end up moving on Tampa Bay first 5. I think it's a minus 125, which obviously is not my favorite juice in the world, but under minus 130. And you know what? Since we're talking about juice, you might as well, right? Right, Cab? We might as well.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
Huh?
I haven't seen that. I love that. Shout out to Pete, man.
Yeah, shout out to the juice, man. I love Pete. Tampa Bay first 5 minus half, minus 125. Eating the juice a little bit for us here. It'll be fun.
Why are you calling that? Because he eats juice sometimes?
Yeah, because
you have to in baseball, man. That's another thing I was going to talk about. Maybe not live with you, but one thing I've realized, bro, especially if you want to back like certain pitchers, because there's certain pitchers like they're going to have like good records at the end of the year. They just are, right? And if you're going to back them, you got to stay with them, man. You got to lay that juice and lay those bigger lines sometimes, or you better be looking for plus money dogs that you better be able to hit 50% or better on plus money. But don't try and dance between both. Like, so for me, it's pitchers. That's why I don't like today's card too much. There's not a lot of pitchers that I want to fuck with. So that's.
Hey, and you're the pitching guru here, my man. I mean, you saw that pitching motion, not even getting my foot down before throwing. You know what it is. So I appreciate everyone in the chat putting in their plays as well, because they know how I'm feeling today. Mike M getting a little pimp slap pod action, the first 5 there, and a little under 4.5 plus 110. Shout out to you, my man. Not applicable saying, does it look like a face of a creature and smell like a carcass of a bear?
Huh.
I think so. I'm looking, and I think so. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's awake, and she said that's messed up. All right, let's move on. Next game, Cubs Reds. Keegan Thompson, Justin Dunn here. And I like Justin Dunn. He's got a permanent little spot in my heart because he pitched really well on a -300 fade for me. Obviously, the Reds did not get it done offensively for me that night, but I've got a soft spot for him. I think he is a decent pitcher. Do I want to back him here, though? No. Keegan Thompson's been fine all year. He's had his moments of
Fine.
being bad.
What a good word. Good
Fine.
word. Yeah.
Like he goes six innings, 5 hits, 1 run against the Nationals last time, sick. And then against a good team, against the Cardinals, 4 2/3, 10 hits, 5 earned runs. So I'm like, awesome. So ultimately, he probably pitches well against a shitty team here in the Reds, but -145, I'm all set. I don't want to experience that pain of trying to bet on the Cubs here at this price. So though I love Pete and the Juice Man, I'm not eating this juice right here. So a pass game for me.
Well, a lot of ways for me, a lot of people steer away from the first 5, man. But I'd really rather lay a half a run if I'm gonna have to cut juice down. I'd rather lay a half a run than a full run. I don't give a shit if it's a home team or away team. I know you're like, oh, take the road team full game. No, dude, no. Like if I'm gonna have to be up, let it be just 1 run, bro. The half a run for me is better. That's why I usually look at that. But right here on this game, man, I'm in the same boat. If I'm gonna bet Chicago, Thompson is somebody who I don't mind having on the mound for me with them. They score runs when he pitches. I don't know what it is about him. And Chicago, on that note, they've been scoring. They haven't had under 4 runs in their last 5 games. And the Reds on the other side, they're trending in the exact opposite way. They haven't had more than 2 runs in their last 5 games. The Reds haven't been scoring at all, like at all. So the trend right here is the Cubs are hitting the ball. The Reds aren't. You got a better pitcher on the mound right here with Thompson, more proven. So I think the Cubs are the look here. And I'm like, when I break these down, this is for people that, have, the balls to make their own bets. Like if you want to tell me, that's cool, but I'm not just giving out bets because I'm on a show. Okay. It's just not going to happen. And I'm not personally betting this, but I think the Cubs, however you want to play them, would be the play in this spot.
Okay. Interesting to say the least. Cab, I would agree with you. I mean, I wouldn't hate a team total look per se, but it's probably a little high for my blood. Let's move on here because I'm already getting chirped about length of time. We've got hungry animals around us. It's going to be interesting. A lot of fun. Oh boy. People can hear you, Helga. People can hear you. If you want to talk
Helga, we can't hear you, but they hear him talking shit. And everybody would be so happy if you slapped him. Nobody would care.
Everyone would be a lot happier if you slapped me, Alexa. So if you want to do that now, just
why
go
do you
ahead.
keep calling her Alexa?
Alexis, sorry, that's her actual name. Helga. I'm sorry, I apologize.
Helga or Alexis? The fuck?
Cab is realizing that your name is not actually Helga. So yeah, that's those.
You introduced me to her in person as Helga.
Well, yeah, I mean that's her nickname.
Bro, I can't with you right now, bro. What the fuck, Jose? I stood up for that. I was like, don't be rude. It's her name. Like to somebody else. Like, what? God damn it, Jose.
Yeah, apparently he's been defending your honor, Helga, saying, don't make fun of her name. That's her head.
I didn't say it like that, but I was just like, hey, fuck you. Don't be a dick. Like,
okay. All right. You're right. And Davidalis is accurately saying Jose is so weird. You know what? I am a weird guy. You're 100%. You're 100% right there. Let's talk Phillies. Let's talk Phillies Mets because this is a great game. And I think we need to take some time on it. Obviously, we saw yesterday's game 1-0.
DeGrom is so fucking good. First 5, DeGrom.
You know, the thing that's so fucking annoying, of course, they score that 1 run in the first inning. Those motherfuckers that I had.
The only run in the whole game.
Only run.
That shit, though, because the first inning is the hardest inning for a pitcher, always.
Yeah, it is. And statistically, it's backed up. People say, or not people, I should say, stats say that first run's the highest scoring run in baseball. So 100%. I agree with you there. Bassett Wheeler today, an interesting matchup. Let's start with Wheeler because we all know what we get from Zach Wheeler on the road. A home ERA of a 1.57. Is that good? I think so. And a road ERA of a 3.88. Is that good? I think it's still good, but
Yeah, I was about to say it's not that bad.
it's
If
still,
you said bad, I was like, it's not that bad.
respectfully, I would have taken a 3.8 ERA anywhere for sure.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think Zach Wheeler does get touched here today. I think that the Mets are a good enough lineup, and that's what obviously leads me to a team total look for them here. I'll look that up.
That's your play?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I want to look it up and
because
see.
I might actually join you. I mean, I don't hate that.
The thing is, I've been getting just brutalized anally, physically, mentally, all the above by these team totals.
Yesterday, though.
Yeah,
Nola was pitching great though.
I took the team total over 3.5 yesterday, thinking, okay, this is going to be a low scoring game, but if anyone's scoring, it's going to be the Mets. I was right. If anyone's scoring, it's going to be the Mets. But literally,
can I say this really quick
run.
And take it or leave it? This is for you, and this is for everyone in the chat. I tried putting it in the chat wherever Jimmy and Razor were on the horse show. Look, if you've got DeGrom on the mound, yeah, I know the Mets notoriously don't score for him. I don't give a shit. If you've got DeGrom on the mound and you can get minus half a run at anything reasonable, like minus 115 yesterday, fucking bet it. End of story. Like he is the best pitcher in baseball. I know if he stays healthy. I know he can't stay healthy. He doesn't have I'm just telling you right now, fucking bet it. He struggled yesterday. He was struggling yesterday and he still did what he did. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he's that good.
Yeah, he is. I fucking love Jacob deGrom. I fucking love watching him pitch. And that's one of the bigger reasons why the Mets are one of my World Series favorites. So there's that. By the way, Craig Wood and Mike N, keep dropping these number percentages because we definitely need it. Craig Wood, 39% of the bets and 73% of the money on the under. That is extremely concerning if you're going to bet a team total here. The thing is, I'm being so angry with myself for not betting more unders here. In this stretch in general, you mentioned it as well. Like, unders have been cashing, and it's been really annoying that I've not been on this trade. So you know what? I think I'm just going to join the fucking 73% of money here. I'm going to take the full game under.
Okay, never mind. I'm just going to shut up. You just went from saying that you wanted to play a team total over to an under, which is fine. But I feel like you are so
easily
badly
swayed?
Wanting a win right now.
I would love a win. I fucking love a win. God. I'd get slapped by you and Helga if I could have a winning day. If that's what it would take to have a winning day, that's what it would take. I'll fucking get slapped by you guys 50 bajillion times. I just want one winning fucking day, Cab, and I'm going to take that winning day betting unders because I really think that I'm tired of watching these games because I think, okay, Mets going to win. Let's find a way to bet the Mets, team total 3.5. And in the last couple of games, we haven't fucking seen them hit 3.5 at all. The Phillies bullpen's good enough, apparently, to keep these guys down. And hopefully Zach Wheeler takes a page out of his fucking friend Aaron Nola's book for once in his damn life to have a good start in the clutch. And we'll have an under here. So I'll write down that for the team fucking full game over, full game under, son of a bitch. Write down a full game under, and we'll see how it goes later on in the show. Only one official play, and that's Tampa Bay's first 5 minus a half. But you know what? You guys are right. We're looking around. We're reaching maybe too much, but
I mean, look, let me back you up a little bit on this. Okay, you've got 2 pitchers who are, this year they're doing good, and career they've got 3 ERAs also. Like, it makes sense, and these teams have been struggling to score. These past 2 games have been brutal for both of them at the plate. So it makes sense. I cannot give you statistics as to why my gut says stay the fuck away from this under, but I'm just telling you that's what my gut says. Again, I'm not putting my money on anything on this. If I was going to do something, it would probably be to take Wheeler, who is, in my opinion, this is because it's all the pitching for me. He is a little bit better pitcher than Chris Bassett. That's the truth. He is a better pitcher, and you're getting plus money with him. So that's probably where I would go in this game. This game scares the fuck, man. The Mets could come. I don't know, man. This game it's a great baseball game to watch. That doesn't mean that it's got to be something I bet on.
You're right. Let's move on from this game. We'll come back to it later on in the show, potentially. I'm also on 9% battery, so we're living life right now. Let's talk Detroit Tigers, Chicago White Sox. Lance Lynn back on the bump, and Lance Lynn has been an odyssey for me. It's been fade Lance Lynn At every start he has made this year, he's made one good one against the Kansas City Royals, and then he faced them again in a back-to-back. Last time out here, 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 and runs off 2 home runs there. The real question is, do I trust the Detroit Tigers? Do I trust the Detroit Tigers to try to get a hit off of Lance Lynn, or hits, I should say, and runs? Because I saw someone, I believe it was Michael Orvalina, dropping a first 5 team total over for the Detroit Tigers. There he is right there.
Beautiful.
Over 1.5. And do you trust Lance Lynn? Because I fucking don't.
Not to fucking give up 2 runs. I don't give a shit who he's going against.
Yeah,
I don't hate that at all. I don't hate that at all. If I was getting involved in this game, and I do have something I bet, just so everyone knows in here, and I actually bet it, like, it doesn't, units and all that doesn't really matter to me. It's about winning, but I bet it a little bit more than what I usually do. So I have something I like it's coming, but this isn't it, man. I would look over here though. I don't hate that overlook on the Tigers. I don't hate a first 5 overlook, and I don't hate a full game overlook in this one. Maybe I'd lean more. And that's so weird to say with these two teams, man. Actually, I don't hate the Tigers team total look. I'm gonna have to side with who'd you say that was? Michael
Orvalina. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to back him on that, man. Instead of trusting the White Sox shitty ass fucking bats. I know the Tigers are bad too, but Lynn is where my fade's at on this game.
Craig Wood saying 29% of the bets, 69% of the money on the Tigers. That's a good sign for those people out there. Big bets on the Tigers. By the way, also saying 73% of the money on the under. I assume that is on the money.
That both of that makes sense, because that's when I started talking about saying over. That's the White Sox scared the hell out of me. But I think the Tigers score. I think the Tigers would be the play here for me too if I was playing it. Shitty game, but I think the Tigers would be something I'd play here.
Yeah, I think I'm officially going to move on in the second official play of the day. I'm joining you, Mike Orvalina. First 5 team total over 1.5 for Los Tigers. And by the way, according to Ballpark Pal, 9-mile-an-hour winds blowing to right field, and it's humid as fuck, 92% humidity. So
Picks from Dave said these teams aren't hitting. Let me rephrase that for you. These teams don't hit
at all. They fucking suck. Both of these guys are very bad at hitting. Like, I'm literally taking the worst team against righties here this month. They are 50 weighted runs created plus against right-handed pitching, and that is worst in the league. The next best team is 61, the Cincinnati Reds. So they have been especially awful. But I think Lance Lynn is bad, and I hope that a young Tigers team can take advantage of this shit, because I mean, this is easy to say, but they're not 50 weighted runs created bad against right-handed pitchers. They're like probably like 90 to 80. So we'll see. I mean, it's still below average, but obviously we'll find out how that goes for them here soon. Dodgers Royals, easy pass game. Brady Singer does make it interesting for the Royals. Makes it interesting because I think maybe he can do the job, but ultimately I pass here. Tyler Anderson just continues to surprise people, continues to pitch well, and it continues to show why the Dodgers are the best organization in baseball. So easy pass for me here, Cap.
Okay, yeah. Well, if you are betting against the Dodgers right now, you're a fucking madman. I'm not saying that the Dodgers aren't going to lose, because they will at some point. It's going to happen. This is baseball. Sooner or later, they're not just going to lose. They're going to get their ass beat. It's the way this game goes. But if you're going against the Dodgers right now, you're fucking psycho. That's all I have to say. Even if they lose today, I still stand by that comment. I mean, they've been covering not just run lines, but alternate run lines every single game. I mean, so if you are interested in the Dodgers here, fuck, have fun with it. Go take them like -3.5 for actually good value or something like that. I don't know. I'm not doing it, but or maybe take like Anderson first 5 and go get Snell first 5 and put them together. I'm not a big parlay guy, but you know, like you said, the -300s aren't hitting anymore. Okay, I know this isn't a -300, but that's because we're not quite there, but we're getting close to like the playoff crunch, right? So these teams can't lose anymore. So every game is more important. Every game is different. That's why those -300s are going to start hitting less and less. I mean, they'll still hit, but it's going to be less and less and less. So even though I'm not a parlay guy, if you want to play the Dodgers, maybe take them and put them with somebody else, right? Whoever that might be. Padres are a heavy favorite. You could probably get a decent price with those two teams put together. or fucking just lay a alternate run line with the Dodgers or a team total. There you go.
I've seen a lot of people hitting the alternate run line on the Dodgers recently, so shout out to you guys. I mean, it's a good way to bet it for sure. So this is a pass game for us here. Well, we've been talking about big favorites, and this is the big favorite that I think is most acceptable today. Cole Irvin, man, what a career he's had. What a season. He's pitched against the Astros in 4 times this year. This will be his 5th time, and he's got their number. He just pitches well against them every time, and it's shocking to see 2 earned runs or less every time he's faced the Astros. He's the originator of my theory of maybe the Oakland A's pitchers just know something about the Astros bats because they always seem to play well against them. Obviously yesterday, I think it was Zach Lowe yesterday, and he's terrible. He's horrible, but Adam Oller held him down yesterday too. So I'm gonna be honest, Cab. A younger me, maybe more refined me, maybe one that's had some a water or two in his life, maybe some food at this point as well. A younger me would take the Oakland A's here first 5 money line. I understand Christian Javier is really good, but I just need like 2 runs, and hopefully the Cole Irvin can keep his shit together. And at plus 185 because they know that he's good. It's I guess not enough juice, but I'm definitely interested for sure.
Can I ask, like, what do you mean by younger you? Like, what? This is where
I feel like I'm noticing earlier in the season.
Look, here's the thing, man. And let me just give you my opinion. And I saw somebody in the chat. I wish I remembered who. I'm not going to scroll back up. They said you need to go to Pete Loshak's school or psychology school, which I agree with. Loshak will whip you into shape quick. But here's the deal, man. For me, and I'm a fucking degenerate. I love to gamble, and it's how I make some of the money that I have for my fucking life. So gambling is important to me. But the fact is, when I was struggling, I refused to just take a day or 2 off. You do a show every day. So you have this whole, I can't take a day off. I'm telling you right now, not looking at your fucking phone, not looking at Twitter, not looking at your betting accounts, not looking at baseball for 1 or 2 days will put you right back, because I'm telling you, you'll come back and you'll be like, oh, this is something I like, I'll bet it. You won't be like, oh, I used to would bet this, but not today.
That's hilarious. Well, if it makes you feel better, Cab, I'm taking Oakland first 5 plus a half.
No,
here.
That's not
Oakland plus a half here at plus 125. I'm not taking the money line, but I am going to take them, boys. We're back, baby. Oakland first 5, low scoring game. Let's have it be a 0-0. And I don't even know how to begin to say this person's name. But you're dropping
okay, bro.
Is he? Okay. So I didn't know. Sorry. I was thinking, I was like, is that Iskir? But I didn't know. So
I don't know. I mean, that's what I've always said. So I hope it's right. And it's definitely not East Oklahoma. He was like, I live in California, not fucking Oklahoma.
Oh, well, that's hilarious. Oklahoma always talks shit about California and all their signs too. So it makes me laugh even more. Milwaukee, St. Louis, next game up, as I have 8% battery and we need to keep this pace up. Aaron Ashby versus Miles Mikolas. And the first instinct for me here, obviously, was taking the Cardinals in a former fashion. 8 super low. I do not trust Aaron Ashby anymore. It seems like, I don't know, he just seemed like he was a better reliever than a starter. He just always gets touched up. Last 2 starts against the Reds, 4 earned runs, 4 2/3, 3 hits, 5 Ks, 5 walks. It's just the walks always kill him too. That's never an ideal scenario. And then at the Red Sox last time before that, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 5 runs, none of them earned, which is always interesting. 6 Ks, 3 walks there. Pass game for me here, but I think obviously Miles Mikolas is going to come. Well, I shouldn't say pass game because I could easily end up on the Cardinals. But Miles Mikolas, I think he's obviously going to have a good start today. 2 2/3, 14 hits. I think that's the most hits I've seen a pitcher surrender in one game so far this year. 14 hits, 10 earned runs at Colorado. And that was the game that the Rockies just shit all over him early. So I like the Cardinals here today in a former fashion. You can take a first 5 minus a half at minus 105. And I wouldn't hate that at all. What about you here, Cab?
Well, so here's the deal. I see the chat saying full line value is on the Brewers here. I see people saying what does it say? Full line on the Brewers, and then BJ said line move, so I'm hesitant. So a lot of the Craig says that 20% of the bets, 35% of the money on the Brewers. I get it. And I probably shouldn't do what I'm doing, but I've done it and I like it and I don't give a fuck. I am on the Cardinals first 5 here. I'm backing Michaelis. I think he does have a better start here. His splits aren't, he's pitched on the road a hell of a lot more than at home, so I don't know what you can take for his splits. His road ERA is a 4.59, which is not good, but at home he's got a 2.48. He's 4-2 at home with the 2.48 ERA. He does have good stuff. He is a pitcher that I've made money on this year. I've luckily been off of him recently. But on the flip side of it, like you talked about, this is Aaron Ashby, man. Okay, this guy's 2-10 this year, 5-12 on his career. He's not a good pitcher. Okay, he hasn't made it through 5 innings in either of his last 2 starts. His last start, 4 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs. Start before that, he didn't give up any earned runs, but he still only went 4 innings and gave up 5 hits. He's just not a pitcher that I'm ever going to get behind. On the year, he's got a 4.32 ERA. And he has only pitched 85 innings and he's given up 84 fucking hits. That's too much. He's putting people on every fucking inning that there are runners hits, on base. Yeah, now traffic. This is baseball. So what the Cardinals do with those runners is all that matters, right? You can put runners on base and pitch out of it. But for me, if you're going to have a runner on base every single inning, fuck you. Okay. I don't want to bet for you. That's all I'm saying right here. So I am going against I'm going against the line value. I'm going against the market, I guess. I got the Cardinals first 5 minus half a run here.
Is this the play?
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
Wow. Well, good, because I'm on it too. Cardinals first 5 minus a half at minus 105 for me. I'm glad, Cap. And by the way, this is just for Mr. MDR. He wants it, so let's give it to him.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
Huh? Say the Seattle Mariners versus the Texas Rangers too. I love how I made that. And like maybe a week after all the Pete Rose news starts coming out, like him fucking like 12-year-old. So I'm like, Jesus, Pete, relax.
Oh, bro, Pete Rose is an asshole. I could have told you that.
It's like
I was
Pete.
like a little. I asked for his autograph. I saw him at a.
Did he charge you some money?
Huh?
Did he charge you money?
No, he told me to fuck off. And I was like a little kid in a baseball uniform. Asshole.
Right. Well, I asked Marcus Smart to sign my Oklahoma State paddle wherever it may be, and he said no, and it'll always hurt my feelings. That would have been a great piece of memorabilia.
Yeah. All right, well, let's roll before you run out of battery. Because
you're right, because I'm on 6% now. Logan Gilbert, Martin Perez here. I think this is this is my first instinct, obviously going to back the Seattle Mariners. Maybe a team total spot here, maybe first 5. Logan Gilbert's coming off of a back-to-back against the Yankees. 2 bad starts, 7 and 6 earned runs there. That worries me for the playoffs, but whatever. It's fine. Houston, last time out for Martin Perez. He also got crushed. Excuse me. So maybe an under, I think, honestly. First 500. I think both these pitchers pitch well, but I think at the end of the day, Martin Perez was not traded at the deadline for a reason.
Because he's not good, bro. He's a fraud.
Exactly.
And I was trying to remember if it was here on the Daily Sesh. It was on the Daily Sesh. So we faded him last time out and we won. Obviously, anybody that rolled with me, I think wasn't it the Astros? I think it was the Astros. Yep. I don't even remember. All I need to remember is that I was going against Perez because I knew, it was the Astros. And I was down 4-0, and then they scored 4 to tie it. And then the Rangers went ahead 5-4 in the top of the 5th because I was on the first 5, and I was like, fuck. And then the Astros scored 2. It was a crazy cash, but my point being is Martin Perez, like, come on, man. He can't keep this up. I said that before his last start. Just look at his career numbers, and it's not a small sample size. It's a very large sample size. He's either juiced the fuck out of his mind right now, which somebody in the chat said, and I would agree, because he is throwing a little harder than he's ever thrown. So he's either juiced way up, and even if he did, he's just not a good pitcher. He's been good this year. The numbers don't lie. I get it. He has been incredible, but this is a guy I've watched for a long time. I'm not saying he doesn't throw good here because it's the Mariners and they're more scrappy, but I like the Mariners here. I agree with you on that. Gilbert is somebody that I'm thinking has a good game here in this spot against the Rangers. And Perez, I think he does good, but I think his 0-run starts are over, if you want to put it like that.
I would probably agree with you there. Shout out to Dom Ricci joining us as well. He's mentioning Logan Gilbert's inning count. So always keep an eye on that as well. So let's keep it moving here. I've got nothing on this game. It is a Mariners spot for me here. It's a cheap money line full game minus 125. I don't hate it. at all there. Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Colorado Rockies here. Another pass. Thank God. This is an easy first 5 under victory for me yesterday. Made me feel good about my capping. Made me feel like a good baseball handicapper again. But I wanted to pass here. I honestly thought maybe I should take it again here with Feltner and Henry, but I don't trust either of these guys enough. So pass here.
Bro, I just want to meet somebody who can like convince me of a play in this game right here. I want to meet somebody who can like convince me like that something is a good play in this game because there you go. Somebody said it in the chat. What is it? Jamal said Colorado bounce back as a home favorite lock. Okay, there you go. I'll watch for it.
Yeah,
okay?
I mean, I could see it. I really do think the Colorado Rockies roll here, to be honest here. Like, the line was flipped yesterday, and obviously Gallen, and I saw an interview yesterday after I made the bet where he's like, yeah, I really like pitching in Coors. Like, I love pitching in Coors. And he's like, it makes me sharper. And I was like, oh, boy, let's try to remember that. Zach Gallen at Coors Field, bet on every single time.
Okay.
He pitched well. He pitched really well, of course. So, yeah, I think this is a Rocky spot. And truthfully, I wouldn't hate an under here because of these offenses being so shitty. But no thanks. Shout out to DX Filer, by the way, who's joining us. He could not find the stream yesterday and found it today. So everyone in the chat, give him a round of applause. Give him a little clap and welcome DX Filer for joining us as well. Shout out to my man Steen.
It's still that hard to find our streams on here?
Yeah. YouTube notifications are not
the daily
best.
session. Hit the notification on because there's too many of you guys in there that I've never seen, and I know that you make me laugh in here on this chat, so I know you'll make my ass laugh in the daily sesh. I want to see some of you guys in there.
Yes, because I want to talk all about the daily sesh here coming up, and yes, the daily sesh Monday through Friday at an assortment of different times. But right now it's at 6:30 Eastern. No, Central. 6:30 Central.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yes. I stopped listening. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at Wood. I don't like Wood, man.
Wood
hard
is
for me
not
to back
good.
the Pirates, but God, I made a lot of money fading Wood.
Really, I have ultimately passed on this game too. I like Zach Thompson. I wouldn't hate, besmirch, or dissuade anyone from taking the Pirates here, but I passed. I am not on the Pirates train ever since Brian Reynolds dropped that fly ball 2 days ago. I've been really bitter about it. So I pass here as my computer is now on 5%.
Okay, so then I guess I'll keep it quick too because we still got 2 games after this, and I want to hear you on yours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a pass for me too, man. Like I don't know how I could play this. Wood is a fade for me, so like I can't get behind the Giants, and I'm also not backing Pittsburgh and Zach Thompson. So what the fuck? I mean, an over maybe, but that feels like flipping a coin when I say that.
Wow.
So I'm not
Look
doing
at this. I didn't mean.
Nope.
I was about to say, well, look at that. I didn't mean to do that. I'm screenshotting Mike M's comment here. I as always, we want to find or make our shows more acceptable and findable. So if we can do anything to make it.
Well, what
findable.
Mike M just said, I think is a problem. We should stop posting them 35 days in advance and maybe just post like 1 or 2.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's Helga starting to snore now, so watch out, everyone.
Put that pillow over her neck. I'm just kidding. Do not do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Look at this. Craig Wood, by the way, saying 19% of the bets and 46% of the cash on Pittsburgh. A lot of those spots here today, Craig Wood. Thank you for sharing them.
Yeah, that's because
a lot of those spots.
That's because Alex Wood is a fade.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right there. Speaking of fades, Chris Archer, Tucker Davidson, 2 guys that I would want to fade here in this instance, but I ultimately want to pass on this game. I do not think that I don't know. I don't think that ultimately these guys can be trusted either way here. So I pass on this game, and I want to talk about this next game especially. So let's move on. You right? You have anything on this one?
Yeah. Saturated just said if I want to fade Wood, Pitt team total over 2.5 is -129. I don't hate that at all.
Yep, I agree with you there. I don't hate that
at all. Fuck, I might look
it's
into
juice,
that.
Obviously, but I don't hate that. And
it's 3 runs. That's why it's juice. Yeah, all right, man. No, this is a pass for me. I lean Twins here. The Angels are not a good baseball team. Chris Archer is not necessarily a good pitcher. He is your definition of somebody who can, eat innings for you and maybe have you in a position to win a game. You know what? People who eat innings deal against this Los Angeles Angels team because they fucking suck. So I would look Minnesota here. I almost bet Minnesota here, but what kept me off is I liked the other play better, and I just can't back Chris Archer. So that's all it is.
I agree. Domi's saying he's Archer's 20th start, and I'll never back him.
There you go. That's where I'm at. I like Minnesota here. I won't back Archer. I don't know what else to say.
Agree there. Now let's move on to the main event of the evening. Red Sox Yankees. I've bet this fucking series like an absolute ass clown, and it makes me want to fucking drive my head through my green screen. But guys, I think the Red Sox win today, and I think the Red Sox win the series. I think the Red Sox win today. Michael Walker coming back. Shocker. I know. Shocker. And I'm going to make it an official play so I can put my money where my mouth is with this shit because I know that, I mean, why would anyone want to hear me sit here and wax poetically about the Red Sox and say not bet him? I'm not betting him. So Red Sox full game money line here. Michael Walker coming off the IL was a part of a no-hitter in his rehab start. So shout out to him, I guess. But I think the Yankees are on a cold stretch. I don't think Jameson Taillon is good. He's pitched well against the Red Sox before this year. Let me double check that actually before I say that because I don't want to give any Yankee credits that he does not deserve, obviously. Yeah, back-to-back against the Red Sox. His first start was shit awful. 5 innings, 7 hits, 6 earned runs. 3 home runs there at Boston, but he goes back home to the Bronx and dominates 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run there, a home run allowed. And those are the only 2 starts against the Red Sox. So, I'll take my chances with him struggling on the road for the against the Red Sox. Plus 113 is pretty good. The only issue, obviously, and this is it's gonna kill me when this happens today. The Red Sox bullpen probably a little depleted. The last 2 games were tight games using high leverage bullpen arms. Will they do that today? I'm not sure. I could say the same thing about the Yankees bullpen. Obviously, I don't trust their bullpen. And the Yankees and the Red Sox really lost that game on their own yesterday. It was really frustrating. So I'll take the Red Sox money line here, plus 113, as the most surprising play on the card for everyone, obviously. So let's move on, or I shouldn't say let's move on.
There's nowhere to move on to. I just hope you win, Jose.
I was going to say, let's see what Dabby
had. I don't
had.
like your sad fucking little pouty boy.
Well, I'm just dramatic. That's what it is. Everyone's starting to realize how dramatic I am. I'm the most dramatic person in the world. I'm from Venezuela. That's what we do. Dramaticness is in our blood. So when I say that I want to drive my head through a wall after losing a bet, it's not literally I want to drive my head through a wall, but it definitely feels that way. And when I say I'll never win a bet again, I know I'm going to get hot again eventually. That's okay, guys. I understand. However, I will say that I'm never going to hit a bet again and that I'm the most cursed human being on the internet. I mean, that's what I'm going to say too. So, I could play both.
I already
sides.
gave you the fucking answer. I told you the answer.
So stop gambling and go on a sabbatical, do some ayahuasca like Aaron.
You give out Craig Wood's information because it's beautiful. These guys in here are grown-ass fucking men who can make their own bets. You do the show, you give them the information, and you take a day off from betting, maybe 2, and then come back and dominate the shit. I'm telling you, you just have to step away.
Well, I'll tell you this now, Cap, because you keep talking about this. I am going to the beach during this month. At the end of this month, I'm going to the beach for 2-3 days. My guy's trip, as you fucking call it, a bunch of dudes just being dudes. But I am going, so I'm not going to do the show for 2-3 days on the weekend. So there's your heads up now, Cab. And I've told the chat this before, but I'll keep reminding everyone periodically. So when I'm not here, it doesn't shock everyone too much. Craig Wood, by the way, are saying 87% of the bets, 91% of the bets, money, 91% of the money on the Yankees. Dom Ricci on the Yankees today, minus 135 here. All right.
He said, Mama ain't raised no bitch. We get no days off. Well, shit. If you're going to drop 30 units in a week, you might want to step away.
Like fucking 10 days. It's literally been 10 days. I've dropped over 30 units in 10 days. I have not had a winning day since August 4th. And motherfucker, we're changing that today.
You're going to win, bro. Today. You're going to win.
We're going to win today.
Unless you bet on the Red Sox.
I'm yelling now, and Helga's not going to like that. We're going to win today, and I cannot wait. I'm going to give you my plays. I'm going to send you on your way here, Cap, because I'm on 3%. I am excited now. I'm ready to go. I've got a little energy, and we're going to go eat after this so I can get the life force back into me. Official plays. And Cap, don't forget that we have to do the Say Hey parlay. And I need a leg from you in the Say Hey parlay. And I know what it is, actually. It's going to be your only bet. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plays technically with the parlay. So I'm going with the Phillies under 7 here. Under 7 minus 110. I'm fucking taking it, first of all.
I'm sorry. DX Filer said we're gonna win today by ... betting on the Red Sox.
Mm-hmm. DX knows. DX knows.
I
Under
think he was
7.
being sarcastic.
No,
You'll get it.
no. He's never. No, I'm not gonna take that sarcasm. I won't believe it. I'm gonna take everything he says very seriously when he's betting on the Red Sox.
All right.
Mets, Phillies under 7 minus 110. Detroit Tigers first 5 team total over 1.5. The Oakland A's first 5 plus a half at plus 125. Cardinals first 5 minus a half at minus 105. Red Sox money line at plus 113. And my leg of the Say Hey parlay is going to be that juiced first 5 Tampa Bay team first. I shouldn't say team total. Juiced first 5 minus a half at minus 125. For me. So that will be my leg of the Say Hey parlay right there. I'll recap.
What was yours? The Tampa Bay team total?
Tampa Bay first 5 minus a half.
Tampa Bay first 5 minus half. And you actually bet that. So we're adding something we actually bet.
We don't have to. I mean, it's all totally up to you. It could be whatever. I have not bet that individually. I bet it. I just put it in the.
Well, I'll be like Jimmy, and I'll be like, "Here's your minus 250 for your parlay. Dodgers win the game."
I'll take it. Hey, I'll take it. Cab.
You need a win, right?
Cab. I need a win, dog. I need a win. I need a win. I need a layup here, and we're gonna get this layup today. I'm excited.
Do they have a full lineup? I don't even know.
Let's see here. Who? The Dodgers?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! If you actually give the Dodgers full game money line, that'd be fucking hilarious.
All right, fuck, man. I'll give you something else. I thought
no, you don't have to. I think that would be fucking hilarious. You're like, all right.
How about you just go ahead and do the Cardinals first 5 money line? That way that run don't bite you because it's not too bad a juice.
See, and that's exactly what I actually knew you were going to pick. But when you said the Dodgers, I gotta go.
Well, no, I mean I was gonna say the Dodgers money line. It's a parlay, and you need a win. I mean, shit.
Let me do the calculations real quick on the parlay odds. But before I do, and before we get out of here, Cab, tell people about the Daily Sesh, please. It's a great show. I love it. I was a guest on there. It's a great time. And when I say I love it, you're going to be like, motherfucker, you don't ever watch the show. I love it. And by the way, Noli knows saying a lot better than the Red Sox money line for that under. You're going to say I don't watch the show. Yeah, because I'm doing this show and prepping for it. But I still love the show, motherfuckers, and that's all that matters.
Okay. And see, the show's rubbing off on you. There we go. There's some energy. I love it.
And I have 2% battery, so make this quick.
Okay, no battery, man. The Daily Sesh, guys. We've had to move times a couple times to try and accommodate a whole bunch of shows and a whole bunch of shit. But the point is, the show's not going anywhere, man. We get high. We watch some funny videos. We got a dude, Big Happy, Dutch's Unk, man. He calls in from prison and he's positive. He's a positive capper. Okay. We keep all of our numbers. My dude is a positive capper. Dutch and I, in our last 120 bets, we have hit 64% together. We keep all of our numbers. I don't usually brag, but I mean, that's just the fact. Okay. And I'm saying it now because we're moving the time again, probably back to 420 Eastern. And we need you guys to show up. So hit the or the notification button. We need you guys in there. We need more people in this show. I think you'll appreciate what we're doing for everyone. We have a new strain of weed every single day. That shit ain't cheap.
Let me tell you, it ain't cheap. Shout out to Dutch, who obviously has those hookups. By the way, officially the Say Hey parlay, instead of taking the -1/2, I just take the money line to make it simple. 2 first 5 money lines. Tampa Bay, St. Louis combined a +163 there. So that is the Say Hey parlay there. But yes, please go watch the Daily Sesh. It's a great time. Yeah, here's one thing that you can find on the Daily Sesh is I have 1% battery left. You can go find the stories about me wrestling and such and going 2-14.
Oh my God.
And it was a great time. It was a great time. So go watch that. I'll be on the show later on this week. Cab, I thank you for joining me as my computer is going to die here soon, and I'm afraid to leave you on screen by yourself with no way to end the show. So thank you very much.
We'd all just start smoking.
Yeah, you're right. You just start smoking. Indeed.
All right.
Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow, 5:30 Eastern.
Bye. So now I got my tray here. Like I said, we're just gonna start smoking because I really can't end the show now. So I'm gonna dump some weed in here. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm gonna bounce out of here. I guess you guys should bounce out too. Shout out to Jose. Leave them a comment, like, share, subscribe. You know the deal, man. Thank you guys all for coming out.
And we're back. See, look at this. We're back here for another edition of Say Hey Plays. Thanks, everyone, for watching. This is a classic. Obviously, that's how it works. But thanks, everyone, for watching. I'll be back here on a Monday with you guys. It'll be a lot of fun. And we'll see you guys then. Thanks. And thank you, Dabby Cap, for joining me. It's very fun, obviously, when this stuff happens. But like I said, this stuff isn't possible without you guys. We're going to have a winning day. Let's fucking go.